Surviving Reality contains explicit content full of snark and sarcasm that may not be suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to Surviving Reality.
I'm Corey.
And I'm Carly, and this is Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, Season 3, Episode 7, The Book of Broken Hearts.
The book of Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy.
This entire episode is about who isn't having sex, who wants to be having sex, versus who shouldn't be having sex but is.
And definitely is, yeah.
Oh my gosh, where should we start? So they're going to Stagecoach, which I previously had no frame of reference for.
I'm not the target audience.
No, my understanding is this is a music festival of sorts.
Yeah, it's not Coachella. You can't call it that. So we have to call it Stagecoach. So it's kind of like something else. But then also just invite a lot of TikTok influencers and people who are large online presence so they can get excited about it. And then that'll be enough buzz to, you know, I was hoping for like a Fire Fest sort of a situation here. But we didn't get that, unfortunately.
No, I wish. That would have been fun to see.
Because, I mean, the house that they show up at, this is ridiculous.
This house is one of the craziest houses I've ever seen on TV. And we've seen a lot of housewives go on girls' trips.
Yeah, like this is over the top.
This is Robin Brown's future house. You know, she's got to top the last one every time.
Yeah, if they keep trading up, which they have been, and her track record is pretty good. So far, so good. She's bound to be here in the next 15 to 20 years.
I don't think she can wait that long.
No?
No, every 5 to 7, they've got to upgrade, they got to move.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's going to take a couple more swaps to get up to that level, though. So yeah, I mean, every 5 to 7 years, they're still going to be changing out, but it's going to take, 2 or 3 more rotations to work her way all the way up there.
Do they not let these girls have flights ever? They have to carpool everywhere.
They're carpooling, they're driving. Jen is taking Ubers from Provo to California.
I have a lot to say about Jen Affleck in this episode.
Tesla's running out of batteries. Yeah, because when they call and check on her at first, she wasn't able to hitch a ride with the girls because she is violently ill. She's very sick. She's going to urgent care. Okay, I don't think you need to be going on this trip at all then.
Stay home.
Yes, please rest.
Because they're all staying in the same house, right? It's not even like you're going to different hotel rooms. Even that to me is questionable because you're traveling and you're disgusting. But now I'm going to have to be forced to share a house with you.
And you're pregnant. Like, don't do that to yourself.
Yeah, we're just
take the L. Stay at home.
Just go next year. DadTok is coming as well. I'm sure they'll have all their merch on. They must have had their Crest white strips ready to go because everyone's teeth unusually white.
Not yellow. Opposite of yellow. Well, that's what Taylor's giving the tour of, like, well, this whole wing of the house, we weren't planning on using it. It was just going to be empty anyway. So I guess you guys could hang out here if you want. You can put on self-tanner or use your white strips, do whatever you're going to do, I guess. Knock yourself out, pretty much.
They must have had some kind of brand deal where they got their teeth whitened.
I whitened them. It's like Ross on Friends.
Whitney is also going to be coming. So last episode, Taylor extended an olive branch to Whitney and said, hey, if you are going to stay at the house with us, because that really wasn't up to us, the brand already invited you, you can stay and we'll try to be amicable. Let's be business associates.
You know what I think happened? They worked in part of the deal because they were under the assumption that Whitney was part of that. So part of the brand deal was Whitney specifically makes content for these things.
Yes.
And they were like, oh, crap. Well, why don't you just come and do those things? Because at first it was like, hey, are you going to stay in the house with us and stuff? And it was kind of checking in on that. That's what it sounded like last episode, right? It was that Taylor was seeing if Whitney was going to be joining them in the house, which it was sounding like yes. But now come to find out, well, I'm just going to do what we're contractually obligated to do. Then I'm going to bounce.
You could just leave the door unlocked.
Yeah, I'll just come in, 9 a.m. one morning. It's like you won't even notice.
She literally didn't even go past the first room.
No.
The entryway.
Much. Yeah, that was all she really needed to see. She's like, I could stick my phone right here. So I think I'll go ahead and do that.
So Mom Talk's kind of upset because they elected Taylor to be their leader in the last episode for the express purpose of telling Whitney and Demi to fuck off. And instead, she tried to make things better with Whitney.
She hasn't really been doing that. But then Taylor was kind of misunderstood the assignment, sort of, as her defense, where she's like, well, I thought it was if they come at us, then I will tell them to fuck off. But like, if it's part of the brand deal and they already signed on for this, and then we have this big house as part of it, I think we kind of need to be nice to her, guys. We got to play this.
They looked the house up on Zillow and they were like, let's not mess this up.
This is a delicate ecosystem here. We got to be careful.
The big piece of drama, the first thing that happens in this episode is Demi posts something about victim shaming. And they all feel like it's very obvious that she is saying that they are all the victim shamers, that all of Mom Talk has sided against her and with Marciano.
Mom Talk doesn't support women is the general consensus that's being made here. And Whitney reposted it. So proud of you, girl. Woohoo, gassing up to me on social media about how great this is. Not a good look when you now have to go to the house full of people that you just publicly shamed via repost.
So will this start a war? We will have to see. But that's what they think Demi's trying to do. She's trying to stir up drama with Mom Talk. Did you think it was weird that Jordan showed up as part of DadTok to be at the house?
I thought it was weirder with the Disney trip. This seemed like not as out of the ordinary necessarily, because then he's with DadTok, so that makes sense. He has to brandish a DadTok hat at all times, so.
Dakota's also here because Taylor has a really strange story at the beginning of this about how one of her close family members has unfortunately been diagnosed with leukemia. And this was an eye-opening moment for her, where she realized that she's wasted a lot of time in her life. And I guess that she doesn't want to spend more time having things be contentious between her and Dakota.
Did she introduce it earlier on in the episode? Because the part that I heard it was a very specific morning after sort of moment.
She did mention at the beginning of the episode,
Okay. All right. So I must have just missed it the first time that she was throwing that out there, because it felt really odd and out of place at the other time when she mentions it. But yeah, we'll get there.
So Jen's still not here because she's stuck in this Tesla somewhere in the middle of the desert that has run out of battery.
What do you do?
I don't know.
What do you do for that?
I think maybe when that car specifically showed up to pick me up and I saw the distance, I would reconsider whether or not I should call a different car.
Maybe let's call car service on this one here. Let's get a little bit more of a point A to point B sort of definitive thing here going.
All right, I already can't stand the interaction that I have to have with somebody like an Uber driver in a regular ride. Never mind having to now go as far as they're going, and you're going to have to stop for a while to recharge the battery of the car. That's my nightmare.
And a hacking cough the entire way, too.
Well, we didn't know that part yet, because later when she shows up, she falls out of the car practically coughing.
She's not doing well. Yeah, she
gets
there
I'm worried about the Uber driver.
She got there like after dark. So, I mean, everybody's already gone. They're at the concert. It's night one, day one. She has missed that boat. Because it was like, if you're not on the party bus going at this point, then you're getting left behind. So she wasn't even there. And then she gets there, and then she's not doing well either.
No, and she missed all the excitement in night one because Lana Del Rey DMs Mikayla and says, hey, I've got stage side tickets if you guys want to come to my show tonight.
They can't call them backstage passes anymore. That has a negative connotation. So side stage, that's the best I can offer.
I never heard that before.
Me either. Yeah. It just sounds like a new made up thing.
She's like really into them.
She's into them. Obviously, like they're into her. And then I was like, is she still making music? Like, is that a thing? I haven't heard or thought about Lana Del Rey in probably
in
15 years. Yeah. Probably.
No, she's too busy watching Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
I guess so, yeah.
She wants to know all about Whitney. Is Whitney really the way that she seems on TV? And this is before season 2 has premiered. And they're like, girl,
I mean, Whitney was
just wait.
Season 1 Whitney was a mystery too, though, in her own right.
Mm-hmm.
But now she's only getting worse, honestly, is what it comes down to. I guess Lana's very happy because now she can watch Whitney on Dancing with the Stars.
I wonder if she was disappointed that she didn't come.
Yeah, she's like confused. Well, then why were you DMing Mikayla? I mean, if you wanted Whitney, was she just too nervous to message Whitney directly? I think if she messaged Whitney, Whitney would have showed up.
Whitney would have showed up in full Lana Del Rey gear, all the merch.
She would have been ready to go. Yeah.
She would have danced to one of your songs on Dancing with the Stars.
Lined
See, that was a
up.
missed opportunity.
You could have had a whole collab going.
She's into cross promotion.
You got to be careful. Yeah. Who you're reaching out to then. If you actually wanted to talk to Whitney, you should have reached out to Whitney.
All right. So this is where things get weird because Dakota is here and Taylor is staying very close to him. She's keeping an eye on what's going on.
She's making it seem like she's talking to Jordan. She's getting some updates on him and Jessi, kind of, I guess. Not really, though.
No, I think they were by food trucks, weren't they?
Yeah, they were taking a little break.
And some girl walks by and says something to not just Dakota, it's a couple of the guys sitting on the ground. And it's just like casual conversation. Somebody who probably recognized them, who said something about missing the people that she came with.
Yeah, she was like looking for her friends. She didn't know where they were. Oh, she must not be over here with you guys. And just kind of, it's general public, like you bumped into somebody who you don't know. It's general niceties at a concert sort of experience here.
Yeah, something most people would just never think about again.
Brush off. Yeah, it's not like he was making moves on her and like putting his arm around her or she was getting all flirty with him. Like there wasn't anything too out of the ordinary for that exchange that happened. Taylor's 5 feet away from this, but then she's telling Jordan, I'm going to like listen in on this. I'm keeping an eye on what's going on over here.
Why?
Why? Why do you care?
You guys aren't together.
You're not an item.
I thought that she left therapy with the very clear boundary of not getting back with Dakota again.
Well, there was like loopholes, I think, probably in that. So it was like not getting back together with you unless
I really want to.
Unless I get super lonely at a concert festival sort of experience.
Now he has to feel like he did something wrong and chase after her and try to make things better.
So then he kind of starts to do that a little bit, but then he's also like, I don't know why she's upset. And I don't know why I'm chasing after her.
Because that's the toxic relationship that you guys have.
Yeah. And so that's what he's kind of realizing too. But he's just like, he's confused. Taylor's confused. He's confused because they both don't know why they're upset. And then they're going to try and find the answer to not be upset anymore within each other, even though they're both just as confused as the other one.
Literally in each other.
Well,
that's where they think they're going to find the answer.
Find it within.
They go back to the house for night 1, and there's like various things happening. The biggest storyline is Jace and Mikayla trying to take advantage of being in this very nice house with multiple hot tubs, saunas, a lot of heated activities.
Yeah. Do we have like an egg timer or something that we could set an alarm for 5 or 10 minutes? Like Mikayla shouldn't be in there for too long. If that's where we're going with this, all these hot water activities.
They're trying to figure out all the places that they could try to explore new things in their relationship.
Well, bang it out.
Yeah. But I don't really think that she wants to.
No, so here's the problem, right? Is that we're talking about there's pressure. Like the pressure is the issue for Mikayla. She already feels the pressure. Now you're at like this event where you're away from the kids. A lot of your normal go-to reasons for like not being in the mood aren't there. So then you should be in the mood. She's still not in the mood, maybe. How do you bring that up then?
You're also staying in a house with a whole bunch of people filming a TV show.
It's not a comfortable setup. Yeah, like this ceiling in this bathroom is 80 feet high. Like, it's not.
It just seemed doomed from the start that they're entertaining this idea. And like you said, it's raising expectations for what's going to happen.
I think that's it. Especially when, and then like if you're talking about it and then you're kind of building it up as well together now, but then it's not going to come to fruition here. And so it's just like, oh, I think that's part of the issue, right? Is where it's like, there's the build up, there's the expectation. With the expectation, then there's like the retreat that happens, and then it's called off, and then there's disappointment, resentment, regret, all the things.
So the hot tub ends up being a fail because it looks like there's something wrong with the jets. I think they just didn't have enough water in it.
In the bathroom one, there was like, jacuzzi tub that was kind of old faithfuling a little bit.
They explore multiple hot tubs.
They're trying
this house.
Not for lack of effort. Yeah, they are trying, because then there's an outdoor hot tub. So let's go try that one. That one didn't really seem too hot.
I think it was cold.
Yeah.
She's just over it. It's been a long day.
I'm tired.
They've had to traverse this house back and forth looking for every hot tub in the place. Like, she just wants to go to sleep now.
The controls for it. There's no temperature gauge. I don't know what's going on. I just want to go lay down.
So they don't have sex. But the next morning, Jordan is cooking raw bacon.
Raw bacon.
Did you see at one point Dakota came out and he picked the bacon up and inspected it and put it back down?
I don't eat it. It's not safe.
It was pale.
There was no color on it, and it was like that rubbery, floppy sort of.
There was no mistaking whether or not it was cooked.
It's raw.
It was very obviously not.
It's raw. Yeah, it's not good.
So then he mentions, hey, Dakota went MIA last night. He's not in his room. So where do you guys think that he's at?
Because he's not answering my texts. We were supposed to work out this morning.
Maybe ran off with the girl from the concert.
Kind of.
One of the girls.
One of the girls.
So Dakota ended up in Taylor's room because it wasn't even a moment of weakness, because she talks about it proudly. She texted him that if he was scared, he can come to her room.
Are you lonely over there? Again, posing the question is an admission. She's lonely. That's what she's stating through asking him if he's lonely.
So they just fought the entire time that they were at Stagecoach.
They're fighting and then
they're
fucking. Yes.
They're exhausting. Everyone else is annoyed to find out that this has happened, because now we're right back on the same roller coaster that we've been on since season 1 of this show, of Taylor and Dakota going back and forth between whether or not they're going to be together.
Well, yeah, because Taylor comes out that morning, and then she's trying to check in with Jen and Macy and a couple people by the pool here. And Jen's like, what were you fucking Dakota last night or something? Because like, Jen and Zach must have shared a wall with her or something, because they heard it.
Well, the ceilings were very high. I feel like there was a lot of echoing.
Echo reverberation.
Yeah.
It's just bouncing around through the house here.
Oh, this is the part where Jen blows her nose into her towel.
Oh, God. Well, because then this was the part where Taylor was like, yeah, recently had a family member diagnosed with leukemia, so I don't want to worry about missing out on fucking Dakota at every chance that I get. So that's what I'm going. And it was like, huh? Yeah, the reasoning didn't really line up of like, someone in my family has leukemia and that's why I had sex with Dakota. I feel like there's some other points along that diagram that we need to examine a little bit more. But no, yeah, Jen has to blow her nose and Zach's like, well, you got a perfectly good towel right there. Just give it an old toot toot. And she does, man. She loads that thing up.
Where are the tissues?
What's happening?
This is so gross. What do you think she did with that towel?
Whose towel was that? Yeah, are you doing laundry at this place? I don't think so. You just leave that? What do you do?
Are these the Airbnb towels that belong in this house and someone's going to have to use next?
I don't know. Is this just an influencer house? It just belongs to a faceless corporation? Probably. But I don't know who's doing the linens for that. Who's changing this?
Amazon? Because there was an Amazon box when they walked up to the front door. And then later Whitney asked if Taylor's outfit was from Amazon.
Well, that's the sponsorship. It wasn't as much Taco Bell. We did see a couple of cups, but not as much.
Whitney's only here to work.
Right.
So that was clear from the first interaction.
Yes.
I got to ask you about the brand deal. So she shows up because, like we said earlier, she's just going to drop in, film her TikTok real quick, and get out of here. Or at least that's her plan, but then they send Taylor after her.
The pigtails, though?
Okay. The pigtails also were not even because I kept looking at them. So I guess she didn't have glam for this trip.
I guess not. They were like too tight, though, or something. There was something odd about them because it's like a braided pigtail.
Mm-hmm. They're very small. She doesn't have a lot of hair.
Yeah, I guess that's the other part, too. She just ends up looking like...
It was just a weird choice.
Angelica's doll from Rugrats. Cynthia, remember?
Cynthia,
she
yeah.
Is Cynthia vibes, right? A little bit.
So Taylor confronts her about how Mom Talk's upset with Whitney right now because of the repost of what Demi posted. Wow, that was confusing.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much what's going on, though. Well, because at first Whitney's trying to act confused. Because of what? Because of the repost. You reposted Demi's post where she shit on Mom Talk. Oh, that's what upset everyone? Well, I think that I should hear it directly from them. Okay, I don't know. I've been nominated as the mouthpiece, though, so I need to tell you.
None of them want to talk to you.
Yeah, they don't want to talk to you.
Would it make you feel better, Whitney, if all of us stood here surrounding you and told you that we were upset with you for what you did?
No, because then she would feel attacked, and then she would start crying.
So why are you complaining?
Yeah, so just film your TikTok, take your chalk and your jump rope, and then get the fuck out of here, okay?
Taylor attempts to have a conversation with Whitney about the whole Demi Marciano thing because Whitney's been kind of out of the loop since she doesn't talk to anybody in Mom Talk anymore. The only person she's heard anything from about this is Demi.
And if you're going off of Demi's version of events, then yes, okay.
They
I
clearly
understand.
feel they're skewed in a certain direction.
Understanding where Whitney feels like she needs to support Demi. But maybe you should fact check Demi on some things, or if you knew the whole scenario of everyone else who's involved too, or their experiences with Demi's story and version of things and how it's changed over time based on the lies that she's been caught in.
Right, so that's what Taylor's trying to explain. I had a conversation with Demi where she told me she did not feel uncomfortable around Marciano. And now all of a sudden her story has diverged from that. And she's saying that there was an unwanted touch.
Unwanted, yeah.
But that was not her story to me originally.
Right. It's confusing.
Now, Whitney is just annoyed that she's being held to a higher standard than everybody else.
Higher standard? I think this is still the same standard.
I think the problem...
Because if any of them had reposted that, yes, they would be upset with them too.
What they really needed to be having an argument about is that Whitney's not really in Mom Talk. And yet she's trying to immerse herself in the drama of Mom Talk, and she's not really getting what's going on. And it's only making things worse.
Yeah, I don't know if you have good Wi-Fi out on the farm that you're trying to ballerina farm do over there. I don't know. But I don't think you have the whole story, is what it comes down to.
So something we were talking about after we recorded the last episode, which made me feel like maybe I'm getting some clarity on how I feel about the Demi situation, is I think it's weird that Demi found out that something happened between Jessi and Marciano. And this is one of your best friends for years, right? You don't immediately go to your friend and say, hey, I had a negative experience with Marciano. I'm hearing that you're having an affair or something with him. Did something similar happen to you?
Out of concern of your friend's well-being, of if you had been in that circumstance with unwanted touch, and then you find out that your friend was alone in a hotel room with Marciano.
With someone you're labeling a predator.
There should be a level of concern to that conversation that was absolutely not there at all.
That, to me, was the thing where I felt like either you were never really friends with Jessi at all, or this probably didn't happen the way that you're saying it did.
Or both.
Or both.
Yeah.
That's an option.
Could be both.
Yeah. So Stagecoach day 2. They're heading out in, this was like a party bus with stripper poles.
Yeah, this was like another party bus thing. And they're pre-gaming before the party bus where folks are doing shots. Jace is doing shots, Mikayla's husband. And normally he's a little more reserved. He's not really wild and out there.
No,
and
it's starting things off on a bad note between the two of them.
He's got a couple shots of vodka coursing through his veins here. He gets on the party bus with the stripper pole, and he does his own maneuver there.
Okay, what did he do?
I don't even know what that is.
I thought that was an optical illusion.
No.
Where all of a sudden he's perpendicular to the bar?
That's core and arm strength, yeah. And grip strength, too.
I'm still amazed. He's very sexually frustrated. He's taking it out on this pole.
God, because, that was the other thing. He was, like...
Playing the baby grand piano.
Playing the grand piano. Just ripping through concertos when Whitney was arriving. That's what I was like, this dude's horny. Yeah, like this guy he's all backed up. Just aggressively playing the piano.
Dakota, who's not, is also getting grinded on by Taylor in the party bus while everybody watches.
Which Macy is witness to, and she's basically looking for something to vomit into because she can't stomach this any more than the rest of the viewing audience, basically, at this point either.
What do you think you do at this point?
You let them
make
enjoy.
your mistakes.
Yeah, enjoy.
That's what I would say. Like, we've all given you our opinions. We've shown you the red flags. You've gone to therapy. If you're going to make bad decisions, make them. But I'm not really that interested in when you come crying back about it.
I think that's the part that's important then, too, is just, hey, you're a big girl. You're going to make your own decisions. But then also you got to deal with the repercussions of that, too. Because it's going to fall apart. It's inevitable. But they're all over each other for the rest of the day. They're all lovey-dovey. Mikayla and Jace are not. Mm-hmm. They are on the outs. But it's kind of like, these are like junior high relationship fights. Like the way that they fight.
I'm kind of not surprised by that. I think maybe
like friend group fight. But then like Jace doesn't really fully know what's going on. Mikayla's upset with him. He knows that much. But then he doesn't really get an answer as to why. And then she doesn't want to talk about it, and she just ignores him. She's annoyed that he was doing shots and that he's having fun without her, even though she's pregnant. You can't suck down the Tito's today.
I mean, maybe she wanted to enjoy the Tito's and she couldn't.
Okay.
This is a thing that happens. Pregnant women sometimes get upset that their partner is having fun like that when they can't.
Right.
And there's still the underlying tension of everything that happened last night.
Yeah, I think that's what it really comes down to. Frustrations.
I think it was shocking that Jace is considering maybe we need a trial separation, like Jordan and Jessi are doing.
Well,
where they hang out with each other through the entire separation.
Yeah, you leave Jace to sit on a bale of hay for too long during the day. He's going to start thinking up really weird scenarios. And that's exactly what happened here.
And they get in a fight later when they're back at the house. And some of the other girls, they can't really hear what's going on, but they know that either something really good is happening in Mikayla's room or something really bad is happening.
Yeah, she's not answering her phone, so something's happening. We don't know if it's good or bad, though.
They go outside just to kind of get her out of the room when they see that, okay, something clearly was happening. And she just kind of breaks down about everything that's going on, and they encourage her to get into therapy.
Mikayla's kind of avoiding it. She hasn't scheduled the couples therapy session yet, and there has been a deliberate avoidance from her end, basically, is what she's admitting to here, because she's nervous about the emotions that will inevitably come out as part of that couples therapy. She doesn't want to talk about these problems that they're having, the issues. She's worried that if she brings this stuff up, that it could cause, irreparable harm to their relationship or something. But that's what they're encouraging her here. You have to address this stuff, because if you just leave it unaddressed and ignore it, it's going to chip away at the relationship in the long run here.
I will say, I don't know how great that would feel coming from Taylor, who just went to therapy for a couple of weeks and then came home and immediately slept with Dakota.
Yeah.
But okay.
Okay,
girl. Also, Taylor then goes and has a conversation with Jace, and she's talking to him about how ironic it is that she sees that he and Mikayla have this great foundation to their relationship. They really love each other, but they feel like the sexual element of their relationship lacks. But then her and Dakota, all they want to do is fuck each other, but then they can't figure out the love aspect of things.
They can't do the relationship part. So then that is kind of an enlightening moment for Jace where it's like, well, yeah, I mean, always seeking out or like longing for
what you don't have.
Yeah, the parts of your relationship that are lacking, I suppose. But if anything, it gives you something to work on. You have something to try to improve.
Do you think she'll find both of those things on The Bachelorette?
No. No, I don't.
I can't imagine being one of the guys cast on The Bachelorette for her season and you're watching this. I think they're filming it right now. So like they didn't even get a heads up.
No. They didn't get to see that. Well, because we know Dakota, if he ends up as part of the Bachelorette potential guys, the pool of guys there, if Taylor came to him and said, hey, let's get together, yeah.
People would riot if he showed up at the end.
Yeah, he would say yes. Like, he's into it. It is something that he secretly hopes for.
This episode ends with another big bombshell. Jessi and Jordan are doing better, I guess. That's what they're claiming. So he has been a support for Jessi through the Demi victim shaming posts. Okay.
Yeah, big support. What did Jessi say? There's patterns and behaviors now that are like being established that she wished she had seen before. So like there is improvement here. So I think it is like some of the support elements there, or like the venting and like just kind of general relationship involvement that Jessi seems very impressed with.
And so he opens up to her and is like, I don't really want to be a snitch, but I'm about to snitch. I know about Dakota almost hooking up with somebody, and I shouldn't say anything.
I don't know if it was an almost hookup or like
they started to hook up.
It was like they kind of started doing stuff, because this is his whole approach to this is like, well, I do have a pretty good nugget of information here, and I want Jessi to see how trustworthy I am by betraying one of my friends to tell her a secret.
Okay. That's a theory.
That's the
I think that Jordan wants everyone to stop talking about him and his relationship.
Well,
so let's turn the attention to somebody else.
Oh, that helps too. Yeah.
To me, who cares just because they were broken up?
Okay.
It's not, you can't even say that he was
Ross
cheating.
and Rachel were on a break here. Because,
okay, but then when do you know? When were you really on a break versus when you weren't really on a break?
Correct. This is where it's difficult. Is this an improvement for Dakota? He wasn't actively with Taylor when this was happening. That's a step in the right direction, okay? Credit where credit's due.
And he didn't hook up the whole time.
Credit where credit's due.
He dialed things back. He saw it. Maybe this is going to be a mistake.
And he said, there's a close familial bond here. I hope it's not the person who was recently diagnosed with leukemia.
Oh my God,
don't
say
know.
that.
I don't know.
Okay, so that's the bombshell. Is that the person who tried to hook up with Dakota is somehow related to Taylor? I feel like that's the only part of the story that's relevant.
It's a pretty big part of the story.
Where it's like, girl,
uh-oh,
you should know that one of your family members is out here trying to get into Dakota's bed.
Or like kind of has. Or has at least done stuff, hand stuff, mouth stuff, maybe something. I don't know.
Maybe you could have told her before she fucked him the other night.
Yeah, maybe that's why he's bringing it up too, is where it's like, oh, they're going to end up together.
Should know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's a good idea.
That's where we leave them this episode. Obviously, that's going to be a pretty big problem. I don't think Taylor's going to brush that under the rug.
I don't think Taylor's going to be happy to hear that.
No, also it just fits with the pattern of what happens with them where they attempt to get back together, even if that is just hooking up, and then something bad happens and they have a huge fight.
Because Taylor was already getting upset when he was talking to random people at a country music festival. So that person wasn't trying to hook up with him, and she was also not related to Taylor. So I feel like that's going to be two big pieces of information that are really going to change the dynamic.
I guess we'll see. Thanks for listening. See you next time.